I'm standing inside Resurrection Lutheran Church in inner city Buffalo. This week marks the 100th anniversary of this church, and a lot has changed in this neighborhood since 1911, and so has the church's mission. Many inner city parishes closed or relocated to the suburbs, but under longtime pastor Charles Bigner, and now under Pastor Gary Steeves, this church not only stayed on the corner of Genesee and Dote, but reached deeper into one of Buffalo's toughest, poorest neighborhoods. Reverend Gary Steeves came here 7 years ago. He had been in the semiconductor industry in New Jersey before he found his pastoral calling in inner city Buffalo. You know, Gary, obviously people drive these streets, they see a lot of vacant lots, abandoned houses, so on and so forth. What's the deeper story of this neighborhood?
Well, Don, it's not just broken down houses and abandoned buildings, but it's people raising children. It's families growing up here, going to school, getting up in the morning, trying to go to work and live their lives here in Buffalo.
Obviously, when you came here, Reverend Charles Bigner had been here for 30 years, had already established a mission. Medical clinics connected with the church, a doctor's office in one of the church buildings, bringing things into the neighborhood that were desperately needed. Obviously, you've added your piece in the last 7 years as well.
Now we have Team Evolution, which is a mentoring program with the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity for young teenage boys, helping them get a step up in life. And in fact, last month our first young man started college. The Resurrection Garden is a place where people are growing fruits and vegetables and flowers right here in the neighborhood, and it's been a source of life and inspiration for people.
This is not exactly the season to plant or to harvest, but this is the garden behind me. As you can see, fruits and vegetables for a neighborhood where there's no supermarket within a mile of this church. One of the key elements of the Resurrection Church's mission is a family medical practice. It was started here 10 years ago, the Jericho Road practice by Dr. Myron Glick. It remains the only family health practice within a mile in any direction of this church. I'm here with Takesha Leonard, who is the nurse practitioner who runs this, what will soon be a full-time 5-day-a-week practice. Takesha, what are you seeing in terms of the medical needs of the people in the community?
The primary focus and the needs that I see in this community focus around obesity and the related factors such as high blood pressure and diabetes. And a lot of the focus and a lot of the programs that we do here actually primarily target that population. What we do is we focus on the social issues as well. You can't manage just a health problem if you don't address the social issues, especially in the population that we serve.
Takesha, you've got a population where, let's face it, not a lot of people are out on these streets jogging. Nobody can afford a health club membership. Diets are pretty heavy in fried foods and so on and so forth. So you're trying to counteract that. You've got a little bit of a makeshift gym here. You've bought barbells, Pilates balls, so on and so forth. And how did the women react to that?
The women are responding very well to it. Actually, they were very excited about it. What we did was, with the Y-Weight program, we took the focus off of, the community and what's out there for them, and brought them in and said, well, this is what you can do to make changes in your life, and this is how you can eat healthy. We put them on a diet and nutritional plan, as well as we started the gym, which is every Saturday, 2 to 3:30, and it focuses on cardio and abdominal exercises and trying to get women to empower themselves so that they know that these are things that they can do at home.
Typically, what kind of what's going on in the home with some of the patients that you have?
Well, a lot of it, sometimes there's drug and alcohol abuse. Sometimes there's just a host of children, and they're having problems with the children, getting in trouble at school, and just dealing with all the stresses of life, which can cause depression and anxiety and all those issues, also contributing to medical problems.
The church has also partnered with the University of Buffalo to add services to this practice.
Yes, Don. Some of those services include a dental clinic, a chiropractic clinic that's here twice a week and free to all patients, and a pharmaceutical clinic as well.
Now, you used the dental clinic yourself, right?
Oh, yes. I've been there for the clinic. I have insurance, but I don't have dental. So I've been there, and they are really, really, really just wonderful people. Oh, and I've been to the chiropractic.
Oh, chiropractor also?
Yeah,
okay.
To the chiropractor, too.
So you would say that the church has been a positive force in this neighborhood?
Oh, of course, very positive. Because I know when my kids started here, they came for scouts, and they scouted other kids to come, and we had a basketball team that my kids started, and a lot of kids joined in, so they really hung in there until hung in there till the end.
So it's been kind of a magnet for a lot of the neighborhood families and children.
Yes, it has.
With me is retired pastor Charles Bigner, who more than 30 years ago came here and started so much of what we've seen today. Habitat for Humanity's houses, doctor's office, medical clinic, Narcotics Anonymous, Head Start programs. Everything that we've seen today and more began with Pastor Bigner. What attracted you to this mission, and why did you stay for all these years?
Well, I think this community has the needs that the church can answer. The church is concerned about the whole person.
And obviously you had opportunities for softer postings, but you obviously never left.
Well, this seems a little more like home, growing up in Brooklyn. So, yeah, this is the kind of place that I felt that God's love was needed the most. You know, the people in the neighborhood here would say we hustle, and that's the way that we have to bridge the gap between the folks that have the abilities to finance this kind of thing and people who have the willingness to serve, even if they're not got the money.
To me, the larger story here is not of an anniversary. It's of a church that has not closed its doors to the problems and the issues in the community surrounding it, but flung them open. They've outreached to the community, to people around it, the problems around it, in one of the bleakest neighborhoods in Buffalo. This church is not an outpost. It's an oasis. This is not just a Sunday service. This is a mission.